I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at villageXchange@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener. Order to Prevail. Bratva. Let's go.
Sorry, Nick.
Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Alex the Turbo!
Yes! Take
Just stop, мы с тобой мало стыдно.
Wow. And I got mega deja vu.
That was great.
I got some mega deja vu.
Which piece?
You in your subliminals. Hey, this song, these guys are like the new Slipknot, man. And I hate saying that because Slipknot is still Slipknot. Shout out to Slipknot, but when I hear a Slipknot, or this is what Slipknot was to me. Now when I hear Slipknot riffs, I like them. They're a great band, but it's just completely different. Even the attitude, everything is completely different.
Yeah.
And look, I think that that's a good thing because that level of energy and anger, the fact that Corey and the rest of those boys are no longer that angry and that hungry, that means they're in a good spot in their life, and I'm very happy about it. But that kind of like, this is music that just completely wrecks shop. Like at the end, the room is just a complete and jumbled mess, and wasn't a very complex riff. You could probably learn that song in a day, in a couple hours. Like but it's just it's just a completely different kind of thing, man. Like that. The only other band I've ever seen that has that kind of energy, every single song, it was first record of Slipknot and then Iowa. After that, they became a completely different band.
That was the thing.
I think that's great.
Once I heard Slipknot, everybody was saying Iowa, Iowa, Iowa. That was like the big thing. But what year did this come out? Do we know?
Yeah, this must have came out this year. I mean, this must have been 2021 or at least 2020.
I have a faulty link.
Yeah, I just put English in there, but I mean,
I want to know the year.
Sean goes
2021 release date August 13th.
That's what I just said. But Sean said I learned it while we were hearing it. Yeah, I mean, very very simple song to play, but there is a certain kind of attitude that, what's his name? Alex Terrible, I think his name. I actually want to talk to this dude. This band is extremely hungry. This extremely, like, you could tell when a band is hungry, man. Yeah. Like they're not mailing anything in. Like they're on that shit, boy. Like they're playing like really hard music, and I'm very happy about that because holy shit, I haven't heard a song like this since a very very long time. Very long time.
Is that normal for this band to not do it in English?
Well, they did this the last time too with Baba Yaga. There was some parts where they went, completely Russian, and you couldn't hear what they were saying. But here are the lyrics, the first couple of words. Okay, good. Open your eyes, moron. What are you still alive for? Time will pass without jokes, and your body will grow grass. Who wants to die in fear? Asking someone for another chance, and we will go to death with a smile, knowing that they will write about us. So I just think this is one of those like, hey, we're gonna live life to its fullest on our terms, and if we can't live on our own terms, then we're gonna die. Simple as that. Is Soraya's mic even on?
What? Yes.
We gotta turn up the gain for you. Of course.
Mark, come back to us.
This isn't
teasing with you.
What did you do to Mark?
He was like, yeah, sorry, know your role. So I put him on a timeout for 300 seconds.
Is that DJ Mark?
There he is.
Is that DJ Mark?
No, Mark. Yeah, I believe he's been one of our DJs. I won't mess with you anymore. Laughing emoji.
You guys are metalheads, but from a Christian perspective, like I said, new here, so it proves you can both rock on. Yep, you're new, but come and welcome, bro.
You can be both according to us, but you can't be both according to my parents. I'm just kidding. I think they think I'm a Christian, but who knows? Oh well. Oh, my ears.
I'm just letting that go. I'm not gonna say nothing to that one. Anyway. Even lower, he says. This can't be right. Let me see. Let me check your software. Okay. Let's put you up to 60. That should be better.
Why would I be lower than you? That doesn't even make any sense.
That should be better.
Whoa, am I up too high now?
Well, if you had your headphones in, you'd know. But you don't, so you don't. So let's just ask the people. Let them tell us. What did you think of the song?
I loved it.
What did you like about it?
I loved it. It was heavy AF. And it made... Whenever I hear a song like this, I'm disappointed in my headphones because they keep falling off my head. And
you gotta hold on. You gotta hold on to them while you're rocking.
Oh well, I do, but it just doesn't give you that same feel, where you just want to jump around and just be crazy. So I'm
very
curious to know what we're singing about.
Okay, so
but definitely.
So he says, "Don't lose honor in the fateful hour. You will be the one whom you raised in yourself. There's nothing to hide. Your father will hide his eyes, and your mother will shed tears." I think this is about a guy that's like going to his death. Right? He's going to his death, and the guy's saying, die with honor.
When you raise in yourself, there's nothing to hide. Uh-oh.
Your father will hide his eyes, your mother will shed tears. Who wants to die in fear? And up there on the post course, it says, don't lose your honor. Mm-hmm. So it looks to me like he's saying, look, bruh, you're going to die. So if you're going to die, die with honor. Mm-hmm. Which obviously is a very important value for a lot of people. Definitely
overshadows this better.
Definitely a value to me. So yeah, that song is about, to me, it's about standing firm in the face of death and not being afraid. And it is what it is. Like, as long as you're dying for...
What type of dying are we talking about? Hey, you know what? I can't hear anything with this.
It sounds like it's an execution. Is it in your ear?
Is it in my ear? No, it's not showing me anything. It's like the same as if I was...
I don't know. Looks like you had some problems.
Okay. Well, you guys are just going to have to tell me. How does it sound? Is that better?
Sori is at half Vin's volume like a proper demure Christian wife. It's not how it works, eh? It's not how it works. So, I mean, we'll just share the mic. Here, just take this mic and just start talking. There you go. I'll take this one.
Okay. So is that...
Go ahead, share your ideas.
I don't have the lyrics up. Here, look. I'm sorry, you guys. Over here.
The lyrics are right there.
Is it A to Z?
See, look. They're right there.
In the fateful hour, you'll be the one who... Okay, so we got that. Who wants to die in fear, asking someone for another chance? And we will go to death with a smile. We all... be dead. We will remember everyone. We will all be dead. Oh my gosh. What are they talking about? What happened? What is beating in your chest and why does it...
Seems to me the guy is going to his execution.
The one who touches will be burned. Those who are stronger will follow you. What is beating in your chest? Or if it does, at what cost? I want to die so that there is no shame. I want to die remaining myself.
Yeah, and then he talks about getting killed in front of his mother and father.
Yeah, but there must have been something going on at this time that they're talking about. Obviously, he's talking about going to his death, and to stay alive would fill him with shame.
Yeah, so he's dying for something that he believes in.
Yeah, but I wonder what it was. That's what my question is. Was there something that was going on historically for them that he or?
I just think talking about the concept itself. It's just a concept of being willing to die for what you believe in and not recanting, not going back because they're going to kill you.
Do you think that there's many people in this day and age, like Western people, that would die for what they believe in? I feel like people don't have a whole lot of like strong...
I think
they have strong opinions, but that they wouldn't stand behind them. They have strong opinions because they're going off what other people said. What do you think?
Yeah, but... Yeah, I know I fixed it, guys. It's all good. It's all right.
Thank you, Vin.
It's, if you put a headphone in your ear, you can hear your own levels. So I was able to fix myself.
It didn't work.
Be able to fix it myself. But
okay.
I mean, I don't know. There's 280 million people in America. You know, we have an all volunteer military. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of dudes are signing up. You know, we just talked to Seven yesterday. He's obviously, you know, proven that. We've got 275 in here. We've got a lot of people in here. So I think a lot of people would. Would you? How many people do you know that you really think would die for what they believe?
That I know personally?
Yeah.
Outside of our household? Not a whole lot.
You don't
But I don't know. I mean, I don't know people. They're saying there's an echo. I don't know people like that deeply to know if people would or wouldn't. And the thing is, I don't think that you can know what you would do until you're in a situation. I think you're right when you say that, because there's been times where I've been surprised by my own actions in a given situation. So how can somebody know? I think before I used to think, of course, there's so many Christians that would die for what they believe in, but now I don't know. I don't know about Western Christians, what they would do. I mean, some of them can't even put something on Facebook to speak out against things that they believe to be wrong.
Yeah, most people.
Like, you know, algorithmically that if you post something and it gets a lot of likes, it's gonna get put around more. So that means every time that you see a post on something that you don't believe is right, you should click on that to give it more views, right?
Yeah, but
Christian,
most of these people don't do social
Orion,
media for a living, so they don't understand about the algorithm. You're using that, and you know how it works because we operate social media for a living, but they don't know that. All they know is they're putting something on Facebook or something popped up randomly.
Oh, well.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I don't.
Shout out to Nana.
I think for me, oh yeah, big shout out to Nana. I think for me the big issue is like, strategically, you should not have a lot of things that you tell yourself you should die for. You should only have a few things that you die for. For example, if somebody were to say, somebody puts a gun to Dorian's head and says, if you don't say you're not a Christian, I'm going to blow this guy away. That's scenario one. The guy says, I'm not a Christian, so then Dorian goes home safe, right? That's scenario one. Scenario two is the guy's got a gun to Dorian's head, right?
Yeah.
And the dad takes out a gun himself because he's packing and he kills the guy. Mm-hmm. Both of those actions are a denial of Christ.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But in our current seats in Laban,
yeah,
the first guy, people would say, oh, he's an unbeliever. And the second guy would be celebrated. Mm-hmm. But both of them are denials of Christ in a situation where you're being persecuted. So it's not within, the most basic instinct is self-preservation and survival. So when you hear, you know, we used to be friends with people and the guy would be like, oh, I'd die for you, I'd take a bullet for you, blah, blah, blah. I knew he wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew he was soft and he wasn't about that life. That's why when everything went on and he did whatever he did, like, I wasn't surprised. As a matter of fact, the last conversation I had with him, I was like, I'm not surprised at you, bro. Like, you did exactly what you've done the entire time that I've known you. Remember that time we got squeezed with the cops? There's a little bit of pressure from the police. What did he do? He completely clammed up. So I knew, okay, when the pressure's on with this guy, he's gonna clam up. That's just how he is. And I don't resent him for that. I mean, most people are scared to death of police. You know what I'm saying? Most people are afraid of being arrested and all the rest of that shit.
People don't want to lose their freedoms.
Yeah,
this is true.
Yeah, so you know, I mean, you saw me. I went in there. You know, I was on some different shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, at the time, my mentality was, you know, relatively speaking, I'm not really worried about this cop, bro. Like, because I know I can get a phone call at any time and I got to get out of here. And I might not come back home. So I'm not worried about a little cop. Like, I'm not worried about that guy. I'm not worried about him or his supervisor. You remember Holt says, "Oh, I'm gonna call my supervisor." I was like, "Call him, nigga, whatever." Mm-hmm. But I can't impose that onto this other guy because he didn't have the upbringing. He didn't have any of that shit. I mean, he's a regular person. And that's how regular people go. They're not used to going and doing all types of crazy shit and you know what I'm saying? So I knew that dude was, when that situation happened, I was like, okay, now guys are gonna get tested. We're gonna see where the gangster's at. because now that it's legal and your name is in the newspaper and like dudes are coming after you and you're being targeted by police, and I knew that he was not used to that. You know what I'm saying? So then I was like, okay, now we're going to see what they really, what they're really about. And, it's clear they were intimidated by police.
Right.
That's clear. So,
right.
I went off and, but my point is,
I was uncomfortable with it too. Like I got scared a little bit, but at the same time I was like,
well, you're a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like we're men. We're not supposed to be hiding behind your skirt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but at the same time, I was not angry. I wasn't angry at those guys. And you were really angry about them. You were really, really angry at them.
I was angry because on the one breath they were saying how, like, when you were there, I saw what it was like when you were there and when you weren't there. And okay. I probably have a little bit more tolerance for it now, but I just didn't have any time for people that were like men that didn't want to be men. I think like I was already dealing with enough of that, and so I didn't. You think that that's fair to say? That it's unmanly to be afraid of police? No, that's not what I said was unmanly. What I said was unmanly is that when you were there, then all of a sudden they were one way, and you weren't there, they were another way, but they continued to talk like they were big the whole time. That's what I didn't like.
Yeah. No, I understand that. I mean, I can't comment on it because I wasn't there to hear what they were saying when I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? What were they saying?
Their tone got a lot quieter.
Oh. Yeah, I mean...
You were so loud, it didn't matter where on the sidewalk you were. If you were across the street, you could hear you.
Yeah, but
you could hear them very far, too.
I didn't resent them for that, though. But you resented them for that. Like,
I did, because I didn't like people... Like, this fronting thing that people did because they wanted you to...
They wanted my approval.
They wanted your approval, and so they... Like, I get it more now, but I couldn't... I just didn't think it was...
Bad says, they were weak! I don't know if they were weak.
Just be what you are, and if you can't be what you are, then at least be honest about it.
Right.
Like, get up in front of the people, and instead of making it look like you talk big the whole time, just say, I felt the pressure, I was uncomfortable. Like, people could have related with that. You know how many people were probably scared in those situations? I mean, there was some people that were so scared they wouldn't even talk. Some people wouldn't even go. So the fact that they were going and talking, that's good. But don't front like you're some big badass when you're only a badass when Vin's there.
Yeah, I just think you're being really, really hard on those guys. You two are pretty cool. Glad I found you, but I got to go to bed for work. Yeah, bro. Night. Bye. Yeah, I just think that, it's a very, very difficult thing when the shit is really on the line and the shit gets real. These guys, they had no training in anything. Mm-hmm. And, I get what you're saying about why were they talking like they were badasses after the fact, but these guys all had girls. So what are they supposed to do? Look like punks in front of their girls? Obviously, they're going to go and...
that's true, because their girls were so ignorant. They didn't see it themselves. Come on, babe. Their girls were there. They saw it.
Nah, Tabby wasn't there. Remember, they leave
She
Tabby?
was there lots of times, though.
Not that time, no. And they weren't.
It only happened once in your mind, huh?
Yeah, that specific situation.
No, I saw it multiple times.
I mean... But if
you're gonna ask me for dates, I don't have those.
Okay. So how many other dudes would have stood up there 10 toes deep like that?
Babe, I already said it was a big deal for them to stand up. It was a big deal for them to talk.
No, I'm saying
were one way when you were there and one way when they weren't.
Okay, so aside from me, who else was doing what I was doing?
What do you mean? There was.
I wasn't worried about police at all. Like, they didn't affect me in any way. But aside from me, who else was like that?
That didn't care about the cops?
Yeah. None of them were like, nobody was like that. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you were holding them to like this ridiculous standard.
That's not ridiculous.
There's only one
honest.
It's one person.
To be honest and say, you know what? Because when you were there and everybody was, oh, we did this, we did that, and everybody wanted to talk about the story because the story was exciting. Well, yeah, the story's exciting. But next week when you go and Vinny's not there and you're piddling around on the sidewalk, well, say that to other people so they can relate with it.
I know what you're saying. I get it. I don't think you're crazy. I just think that I think as a woman, there's things that you don't understand.
Well, as a woman, there's things I understand. And it's a very difficult thing to respect a man that's not going to be honest in a situation like that.
Right. So that's why they're going to lie, because
we were there. We all saw it.
Yeah.
And then you go to church that night and you're talking like you're a big badass. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't do that.
Yeah. I mean, I understand.
Please,
I understand.
babe. You wouldn't have respected it if you saw it. Not with the...
What do you mean? I was there. I saw it.
No, you were gone. That's why you didn't see it. That's why they didn't have the boldness they had before.
No.
You didn't see it.
But I saw them being all soft and shit.
Well, you didn't see that. You didn't see this.
I did. I saw them.
Yeah, you're right. Overshadowed.
I saw Jay. I saw him. I saw them being all whatever. And I was like, I said, I got it, boys. We good. I got it.
Yeah.
So
you didn't see it when you weren't there, though.
What do you mean when I wasn't there? They were talking shit. They were saying like they were saying fuck 12, blah blah blah.
No.
Like what were they saying?
No, they were all like this, like mice. And then when they got in front of the people, they still kept talking like they were big storytellers. Why don't you just be honest and just say it was scary? You know. Well,
it's obviously a scary situation. I mean, obviously, and that's my entire argument. My entire argument is, you can't expect these people who've never been in the situations that I've been in. You can't expect them to all of a sudden be like, yeah, I don't care if I live or die. I don't care if I go to prison for 20 to 30 years.
I literally
we never
said
threatened these
being
people.
Scared,
they were threatening the hell out of these boys.
That's not what I have an issue with. I think they should have been scared. Like, yeah, I get all that. But don't say that you weren't. Don't go up there and act like you're a big
they
badass.
went up there and said they weren't scared?
That's what I'm saying. I said, be honest in front of the people. We all saw you.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like I've said that 3 times.
I don't know if they said. Well, if they said that they weren't scared, then that's.
They didn't say we're not scared, but when they presented their story, they didn't say that. Like everything sounded like rah us and we're badasses and blah blah. Well, they didn't use that word. We were in church, but.
Yeah, I mean.
Be honest. Just say you were scared.
Yeah.
It's a scary thing.
I understand where you're coming from. I kind of, it makes you. Again, it makes me look to myself and say, like, what was I doing in that community to make people feel like they had to pretend to be something they were not to get accepted? Like, I don't have a problem with that. Like, I never had a problem with them being scared or whatever. I understood who I was dealing with. You're dealing with white dudes from Maine, bro. You're not dealing with people who are used to being, unjustly targeted by police. They're not used to people threatening their lives, threatening to kill them. Mm-hmm. They're not used to that. Me... And you know what? I didn't react well when the dude threatened to kill me. Remember he said he's going to throw me through a window or some shit? And I was like, really, nigga? Let's see. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I didn't handle that very well either. So, but you're going to give me a pass because I was going to go fuck him up.
No, so, I told you that was wrong. I told you to your face it was wrong.
So why didn't you tell them to their face it was wrong then?
Because I didn't respect them enough to tell them.
Holy shit. Where did you get the song?
You want me to lie? You want me to come up with some better sounding answer? I forgot to tell them.
All right. Well, so now you guys know.
The other thing too is you weren't my husband.
No, I wasn't your husband.
You were my husband, so
yeah.
If I condemned them, I would have condemned my husband in the same breath.
Nah, because
everybody got quiet when you weren't there.
No, because your husband never pretended he was on that gangster shit. Never.
That's true.
He never pretended that he was on some gangster shit.
That's true.
Ever. So it was the other guys. So. Yeah, but shout out to Sean. Love you too, buddy. No, I see what you're saying. My point is, it's very, very rare that when the chips are truly, truly down, that dudes are gonna say they're gonna stand up. It's very rare. So I understand that. So when the wolves come and the dudes run away, I'm not mad at them because I'm like, man, you were raised among these sheep your entire life. Mm. I can't expect them to go completely against who they are as people for me. Mm-hmm. Like, people like me because I'm, whatever, I make them feel good or whatever. But people ain't gonna try to go and die for you, bro. Like, that's not gonna happen. People aren't like that. Like, I had a small group of dudes where that was the truth, and like we never even said that to each other, but we knew it. and some of us, demonstrated it. But people like that are they're literally 1 in a billion. Mm-hmm. They're literally 1 in a billion. A person that's like literally gonna be that down for you, like
yeah.
That's why even though I hate what Vaughn did, I understood him. And I understood where he was at. But most people are not like that. Those people are rare. But, now you guys know the entire time after those incidents, she thought she was a pussy, bro.
I did, although I
that's
will
so
say,
bad. That's so
I
bad.
didn't give them enough, I should have been more gracious to them given the situation. But
yeah, you got no grace to the people whatsoever.
No. Saber Wolves, I'm so glad you're here. I have nonstop been listening to Shattered.
I can testify. That shit that's real, bro.
It's freaking on repeat, and I found the 1 hour version.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah, see, that Sadie's right, because what was ironic about that entire situation was them boys was up there talking. I didn't say anything. I had nothing to say because they had already cleared the queue. It's also been my experience. Most people who don't blink also don't talk about it. It's true. Like I didn't really say much up there. I didn't say anything up there. But you got really, really upset at them, and I was like, I mean, you're more gangster than those people. Like, I'm not lying. Like, I mean, honestly, like, if I had to go on some, like, situation or whatever, like, remember that time there was two big dudes fighting? I wasn't there, and you had to get in the middle and break it up?
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you got more.
But you know what? Okay, you want to say that I'm gangster, but I don't really think that's what it is. It really depends on where my faith is at. Because I didn't believe that they were going to turn around and punch me in my friggin' face, these two giant men. I didn't think they were going to do that. But if they did, well, they did. I wouldn't have been happy though if they flattened my nose.
They weren't gonna. Those are some big street dudes.
They were. I was like looking way
up,
and I'm
like
tall.
He was like 6. That dude was like 6'3",
yeah,
290.
I'm tall for a girl.
Like no games were played, bro. Like that shit was crazy. All right. I'm with this song. I love it. I think it's great.
Gosh,
I think it's a 10. It's heavy. It gave me the old Slipknot feel. All you guys know about Sori now. So, look, you guys see us out in public and shit, like say hi or whatever. You just can't be no bitch because Sori, she ain't gonna forgive you about that shit.
But I won't tell you.
You'll know though.
If you just look at my face, you'd be able to
You'll know. The normal disdain that she has for men increases exponentially if you demonstrate any sort of cowardice according to her perspective. This is a 10 for me. I agree with it. Middle Earth is correct. This is another 10. This is a heavy. This DJ Nick kid is he's a problem.
Yeah.
All right. Woo! There you are, dear listener. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.